What actually killed Jesus? Was it the nails, the scourging, the cross itself, or something far more complex, something that unfolded slowly, painfully, and with terrifying precision? For centuries, the crucifixion has been seen as a symbol, but behind that symbol is a brutal medical reality, one that reveals not only how Jesus died, but what he endured moment by moment, breath by breath. Today, we're going to examine the crucifixion through a medical lens, grounded in Scripture, informed by historical evidence, and uncover what truly caused the death of Jesus of Nazareth. Before Jesus ever reached the cross, his body was already breaking down. In John 19:1, we read, "Then Pilate took Jesus and had him flogged." This was not a simple whipping. Roman scourging involved a whip called a flagrum, multiple leather strands embedded with bone and metal. Each strike tore through skin, muscle, and sometimes exposed bone. Victims often went into hypovolemic shock, severe blood loss leading to a drop in blood pressure, rapid heart rate, and dehydration. By the time Jesus was led away, his body was already in a critical state. Isaiah 52:14 foreshadows this moment. His appearance was so disfigured beyond that of any human being. This wasn't poetic exaggeration. It was physical reality. John 19:17 tells us, "Carrying his own cross, he went out to the place of the skull." But the other Gospels reveal he couldn't carry it far. Simon of Cyrene was forced to carry it for him. Why? Because Jesus was already collapsing under the weight, not just of the wood, but of blood loss, exhaustion, and trauma. At this point, his body would have been in shock, dehydrated, weak, struggling to remain conscious. And yet, the worst was still ahead. The crucifixion itself was designed not just to kill, but to prolong suffering. Jesus was nailed through the wrists or hands and through the feet. Contrary to many depictions, the nails likely passed through the wrists to support body weight. Psalm 22:16 prophetically states, "They pierce my hands and my feet." Once lifted onto the cross, the real mechanism of death began. Crucifixion causes asphyxiation. As the body hangs, the chest cavity expands, making it difficult to exhale. To breathe, the victim must push up on pierced feet and pull with wounded arms, causing intense pain. Each breath becomes a battle. Over time, exhaustion sets in. The body can no longer push upward. Carbon dioxide builds up. Oxygen levels drop. Slowly, the victim suffocates. Hours pass. Jesus hung on the cross for approximately 6 hours. During that time, he spoke 7 statements, each requiring him to push up, inhale, and endure searing pain just to form words. In John 19:28, Jesus says, "I am thirsty." This is not a minor detail. It reflects extreme dehydration, a hallmark of hypovolemic shock. Then darkness falls over the land. And in Matthew 27:46, he cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" The suffering is no longer only physical, it is spiritual, bearing the weight of sin. And as both converge, the end draws near, because eventually the body can no longer lift itself for breath. John 19:30 records his final words, "It is finished," and then he dies. But what exactly caused his death? Medically, several factors converged: severe blood loss from scourging, hypovolemic shock, exhaustion-induced asphyxiation, and possibly cardiac rupture or heart failure. Then comes a final detail, one that has fascinated both theologians and medical experts. John 19:34 says, "One of the soldiers pierced Jesus' side with a spear, bringing a sudden flow of blood and water." This blood and water is consistent with fluid buildup around the heart and lungs, what we would call pericardial and pleural effusion. In other words, his body had reached complete systemic collapse. Which brings us back to the question we started with. So, what killed Jesus? Not just the nails, not just the cross, but a combination of brutal trauma, massive blood loss, shock, and ultimately suffocation. A slow, deliberate execution designed to maximize pain. And yet, Scripture reminds us, his life was not taken from him unwillingly. In John 10:18, Jesus says, "No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord." This was not merely a death, it was a sacrifice. Understanding the medical reality of the crucifixion does something powerful. It strips away abstraction. It forces us to confront the cost. Every breath he struggled to take was a breath he chose to endure. For us. Romans 5:8 says, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." The cross is not just a symbol of suffering, it is a declaration of love, measured not in words, but in wounds. If this gave you a deeper understanding of what Jesus endured and why it matters, take a moment to reflect on it. And if you want more scripture-based explorations like this, subscribe to Scripture Atlas. Because the more clearly we see the cross, the more deeply we understand the love behind it.